Hi everyone. This chapter, Savings, Investment and the Financial System, gives an idea about working of the financial system in an economy. Financial system are the group of institutions that helps matching saving of one person with investment of another. There are mainly two types of financial system. One is financial markets and the other is financial intermediaries. Financial markets are institutions through which savers can directly provide funds to borrowers. Bonds and stock markets are examples. Financial intermediaries are institutions through which savers can indirectly provide funds to borrowers. For example, banks and mutual funds. Type of savings. First one is private saving, which is the portion of household's income that is not used for consumption or paying taxes. That is Y minus T minus C. Public saving, which is the tax revenue minus the government spending, T minus T. National saving is the sum of private saving and public saving. That is Y minus T minus C plus T minus T, which gives Y minus T minus T. That is the portion of national income that is not used for consumption or government purchases. From national income accounting identity, we know that for a closed economy where net exports is zero, Y is equal to C plus I plus C. Therefore, I can be written as Y minus C minus T, which is the national saving, which we have seen in the previous slide. So for a closed economy, saving equal to investment. Let's look at what are budget surplus and budget deficit. Budget surplus is the excess of tax revenue over government spending, that is T minus T, which is public saving. Budget deficit is a shortfall of tax revenue from government spending, that is G minus T, which is the negative of public saving. The market for loanable funds. We are assuming that there is only one financial market and all the savers are depositing their saving in this market and all the borrowers are taking out loans from this market. And we assume that there is only one interest rate. The interest rate is determined by the supply and demand for loanable funds. Supply of loanable funds are coming from the households that want to save some of their income and lend it out. Demand for loanable funds are coming from households and firms that want to borrow for investment. Let's look at the supply curve. In case of supply curve, it's upward sloping because an increase in interest rate makes the saving more attractive. So that increases the quantity of loanable funds supplied. The slope of demand curve. The demand curve is downward sloping because a fall in interest rate reduces the cost of borrowing, which increases the quantity of loanable funds demanded. And here we can see the equilibrium of supply and demand curve. That's equilibrium quantity of loanable funds equals the equilibrium investment and the equilibrium saving. In case of a policy, there is where there is a tax incentive for saving, which increases the supply of loanable funds. So that shifts the supply curve to right. So in the this is a previous equilibrium, this is the new equilibrium. We can see there is a reduce in the equilibrium interest rate. And there is an increase in the equilibrium quantity of loanable funds. In case of an investment incentives, so investment tax credit increases the demand for loanable funds, which shift the demand curve to the right and which raises the equilibrium. This is the previous equilibrium and this is the new equilibrium. You can see that there is a rise in the interest rate and increase in equilibrium quantity of loanable funds. In case of budget deficit, we know that that reduces the national saving, so which reduces the supply of loanable funds. So the supply curve shift leftward, which increases the equilibrium interest rate and decreases the equilibrium quantity of loanable funds. budget deficits, crowding out, and long-run growth. An increase in budget deficit causes fall in investment. So government has to borrow to finance its deficit. That leaves less fund available for investment. And this is called crowding out. Investment is important for long-run economic growth. Hence, budget deficits causes reducing economic growth rate and future standard of living. This concludes the discussion on financial systems. Thank you.